Hello, Hasbro is here for a review that, in many ways, I don't think you were expecting for Christmas, but this is something I've been wanting to do for like a very, very long time. Like, this is something I watched when I was young, and I always wanted to go back to it, especially learning who was in it and all that. And I don't know, I just remember it being a pretty good deal because this was something I got for my my dad, my parents got for me for a deal in the newspaper. Remember those when you get, DVD, where if you trade in a coupon or something, you get a DVD or CD with it? Those were the days. But anyway, here we go. The Nutcracker and the Mouse King. Now, I'm sure you're, yes, so here we go. This is an interesting one. Until the last time I probably saw this was probably 2007, 2008. First time I saw it was 2006. So yeah, from between the ages of 6 to 8, I would probably watch this at least, I don't know, maybe once in the Christmas period, you know? It's, and look, I've never, I, I didn't know about the original book by E.T.A. Hoffman, but, um, which I've read eventually, which is a really good Christmas story, but, you know, a good story in general. But, well, this, there's probably a good reason why I forgot about this. I really am being honest. Whew. Yeah, I mean, it's not bad. It's just uh, boring. Yeah, yeah. It it's just boring. Um. Let's get on with the plot summary. If I can, remember it. No, actually, I remember a bit of it. It follows the story. The movie, which is only an hour 22, if I'm correct, it follows the original story pretty loosely to be best suited, but let's just go with it. Young girl named Clara, living in St. Petersburg with her family, spot spots a mysterious toy shop that has opened up just recently. This is run by a man named Drosselmeyer, played by Eric Idle. He is a traveler all over Russia who, with his magical toys, one being a mysterious nutcracker. And Drosselmeyer tells Clara and her brother the story that the story that surrounds it. The Nutcracker was originally a prince. Was originally a selfish prince, Drosselmeyer's nephew, who who never learned to you know be a nice person and love others, basically. He so when Drosselmeyer gives him a magic nut that will supposedly make him grant him one wish, and the prince does not take it seriously and magically wished him and all of his servants to become toys, which in this case are the toys that Drosselmeyer take owns in this case. Clara takes the Nutcracker with her after hearing the story, and despite her family being a bit, skeptical over the story, turns out, but it turns out the story is actually true, and the Nutcracker Prince comes to life one night, and while initially is against having Clara be around him, he sees that he eventually decides that if he wants to return back to normal, he's going to have to work with Clara to, find another magic nut to become human again. So the two go off into the land of toys to find the magic nut, all while being pursued by the other person who knows about the magic nut from Drosselmeyer, the Mouse King, played by the late Leslie Nielsen, who wants to claim the nut to become king of all the land. And yeah, that's basically what I can describe the story. So let's get on with this. So this anime movie is actually made in Germany. which, pretty good. I don't really think I've actually seen that many anime products from Germany. And, I mean, but even then, the animation is very subpar, and the exception of the Mouse King, or the mouses, I should say, the humans all look like China dolls, basically. Yeah, even the Nutcracker himself, I don't know, it looks weird-ish. I don't know. To be fair, I just think the humans look like China dolls. Um, I forget how many songs were in this because I don't really think there were any songs involved in this, and any of the original music from some of the plays of the Nutcracker ballet, they're not really in this. Well, if I'm correct, I remember one song, but actually I don't remember really any of the lyrics. I mean, yeah, so it's hard for me to say that. It seems like a song you hear in a children's film just to progress the story along. The prince is annoying. Nutcracker Prince, I should say. He's annoying and yeah, he's kind of one-dimensional. You mean you know what the lesson's going to be learned and all that. Clara's also whatever. I mean, the characters of themselves are just whatever. There's nothing really much to say about it. Um, and as I said, this is a loosely adapted, this is loosely adapted from the original story, and you can tell that they're missing a few things in this, like some cunning had to be made for key important details, and I don't know, and pacing is just all over the place. But let's get on to what I think is the big issue with this, which is Leslie Nielsen as the Mouse King. Now, I'm just gonna say I love Leslie Nielsen. He was one of the funniest people to ever act in film. I mean, from going from more serious stuff from his early days to when he appeared in Airplane, and he became like one of the funniest actors in history. Even in majority of his bad movies, the bad movies he's in, he finds some, he does try hard and does, perform well. This, I think this was his only voice role, not counting television, TV shows. Did he do any animated TV shows? Was he on The Simpsons, Futurama, Family Guy? Was he? I don't know, but yeah, his voice just doesn't belong to the Mouse King. I just found it just so mismatched. I mean, I know also the lip movements aren't synced to the English dialogue, which okay, I can sort of be accepted to it just because I've seen other dubs, you know, poorly handled when it comes to lip synchronizing. But even then, Leslie Nielsen's voice just does not fit with this guy, with this character. I don't know. And even then, I didn't really laugh at anything with his performance as the Mouse King. He's not that funny, and he just sounds like a whiny king you see in most you know children's stories. There's there's nothing with it, which is a shame, and because as I said, he was one of the funniest actors of all time. Give me some, he deserves a lot better than this. But with that said, was there anything I'm okay with? Well, I should mention, well, of the two main actors featured here, well, Nielsen failed. Eric Idle as Drosselmeyer is actually not too bad. I love Eric Idle. He's another one of my favorite. He's another one of the funniest actors ever to be ever to be on the planet. And his voice actually works as Drosselmeyer. I will admit he is fit, and well, he doesn't get any laughs much like Nielsen. At least the voice fits the character, and I don't know. I'm actually accepting of that. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if people thought Ida was a good choice for him for this character, but I don't know. He worked out well in my view. And the other thing is, well, well, the changes, well, the changes they make to the source material is questionable. I will argue that I think the ending worked. The one change they made to the ending was actually a decent enough choice because, well, obviously the curse does get broken, but I think the fact they didn't include one detail when the prince returns to being human, reunites with Clara. Um, well, actually, in the original story, the prince, after turning back to human and seeing Clara again, the prince asks her to marry him, which she accepts, and they have to. She waits a full year and a day to till she become. They marry in the land of toys. Yeah. Um, I'm glad they didn't actually do the marriage proposal part to the story. I'm kind of glad it ended the way it did with that. They didn't have to include that. The two, Prince returns to his human body. He sees Clara again. They have a dance. Say goodbye to Drosselmeyer. I'm okay with that. That wasn't too bad. But with that said, I I I uh I wouldn't what I don't know if people remember this, but if you did, that's great. But I can barely remember a thing with this. So it's unfortunate, you know. But I'm actually kind of glad I revisited this because it was a long time coming for me to watch this again. Whether or not you know whether or not I would even be able to find it. But when opportunities like this come around and you find it, worth giving it a go. It's a but yeah, I wouldn't recommend this by far. It did not age well. In fact, it didn't really age at all. It just was stale. Yeah. This isn't a 0 out of 10 hairstyles like Halloween 4, but it's not that much higher. It's a 3 out of 10. Um, I don't, I don't think anyone will remember this if they ever watched it, but I don't know. Maybe you do. Who knows? But with that said, I think the next four of these, six reviews I'm doing this year will be a lot more stuff people know better and much potentially probably much better quality. With that said, the next two on my agenda, I'm not sure which one I'm going to get done first. Just depends which one I feel like I can get the review done quicker, whilst I'm also in between of doing reviews for other stuff, which will include, I think, the next movie which I'll see in theaters, which is the return Hayao Miyazaki's Grand Return with the Boy and the Heron. Which, and then of course next week it's Wonka. Ooh, yeah, that'll probably be a big review for me. Yeah, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. For the meantime, House of Crass Reviews is out, and I'll see you for the next review. Ciao.